Brad Williams, Excel Prime. We're going to sum cells from 3 worksheets using indirect, COUNTIF, and SUMPRODUCT. If we look at this thing, we have Jim, we have our total count. What are we going to do? Sum from 3 worksheets. We have sheets 1, 2, and 3. Notice sheets 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to use this indirect in order to pull data from here. We're going to look here and look here. Here's a name, Jim, and the data over here in sheet 1 is F9, just random, so it's changing, and random and random. Now the thing here that works is this indirect, and I'll get into the specifics. We are looking at our lists. We have a SUMPRODUCT, COUNTIF, indirect sheets, B8, B5. B8 is our list, B4 to E19. What we're doing is indirectly going, and we're looking for Jim in each one of these sheets. The sheets have to be exact. If this sheet doesn't match sheet 1, indirect won't find that information. Remember, indirect creates a cell reference from text. It references. All it's saying is going to sheet 1. Then it's going to sheet 2, sheet 3, looking for Jim in B4 to B19. COUNTIF is going to look at all that information, and then SUMPRODUCT is going to do its thing. That's the array. Take a look at, this is the anatomy. Here's our map. Here's our write-up. We'll take a look at the write-up. Sum cells from 3 worksheets. The analysis, you can use a formula based on the COUNTIF and SUMPRODUCT functions to count matches across the whole workbook. Here's the formula. SUMPRODUCT, COUNTIF, indirect. Notice how we are encapsulating this within double quotes, A1 to Z1000, B5. B5 would be Jim. Where the name range is sheet B8 to B10. I don't know about that. I think that's a typo. We're going to need to fix that. Not a big deal. This workbook consists of 4 worksheets, including this sheet. 3 of the worksheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, contain 50 random first names in a list. The formula's range, A1 to Z100, is arbitrary and can be modified to accommodate whatever you need. Talking points, this is the expression contained with indirect. Sheets A1 to Z100. Since sheet is a name range including sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, the equation evaluates the following list. The list contains 3 values, each of which is a sheet name concatenated with the range A1 to Z100. Note that all these are text values. Next, the indirect function is used to convert each text value to a valid reference, which is then passed as the list argument to the COUNTIF function along with the value in D5 in each data set. Since we provide COUNTIF with 3 distinct lists, we receive 3 results in list format, 565. Each item corresponds to 1 sheet. SUMPRODUCT is then used to sum the list and returns a value D5. Let's look under the hood. Here we have this indirect range criteria. F9, we have Kathy, John, Steve. I'm going to go to sheets, reference text, F9. Sheets 1, B4, sheet 2, B4, sheets B3. We didn't use name ranges. I just used list B4, B19 to make it easier to follow the mapping, if you will. And B5 is Jim. You can change this name to anything you want, as long as it corresponds to a name within one of the 3 ranges. That's all we're doing is looking at this thing. And the COUNTIF is going to be array 1, and it's going to be 11, 12, 9. What does that mean? If you go through with a microscope, go to sheet 1, there's going to be 11 Jims in here. Knock yourself out if you want to count them. 11, 12, and 9. I mean, 12 Jims and 9 Jim. SUMPRODUCT is then going to go in here. It will 11, 12, 9. That's it. Indirect, may be a stumbling block, go back to the indirect tutorials and dig a little deeper if you're confused. Break it down if you need to. This is pretty straightforward. It's incorporating the indirect, and it may be a little bit of a head scratcher. But read it if you need it. Tear it apart. Practice, practice, practice. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Off to the next tutorial.